8 vessels detected without identification transponders. They travel in loose convoy formation. Location is international waters, but maritime law applies regardless. Naval patrol ships receive alert at 04 to 3 hours. Radar contact established at 40 nautical miles. The vessels refuse radio communication. They maintain steady course toward territorial boundary. Speed indicates deliberate movement toward destination. This is smuggler fleet activity. Naval Frontline reports from pursuit operations. Patrol ship commander orders intercept course. 2 vessels available for operation. 1 offshore patrol vessel. 1 fast attack craft. Combined crew of 70 personnel. Boarding teams prepare equipment immediately. Body armor secured, weapons loaded, ladders and grappling gear ready, medical personnel on standby. The convoy maintains 15 knots. Not fast enough to outrun patrol ships, but speed suggests confidence or desperation. Intelligence indicates possible weapons smuggling. Alternative assessment suggests migrant trafficking. Third possibility involves narcotics transport. All scenarios require immediate interdiction. Naval Frontline monitors operational communications. The offshore patrol vessel accelerates to 25 knots. Fast attack craft reaches 35 knots. They approach from different vectors, create crossfire interception pattern. Standard maritime law enforcement procedure. The convoy shows no response, maintains course and speed. Radio silence continues. This raises threat assessment. Compliant vessels communicate. Answer standard maritime queries. These ships demonstrate suspicious behavior. At 30 nautical miles, patrol aircraft launches. Surveillance drone deploys overhead. Thermal imaging activates. Deck activity becomes visible. Multiple personnel on each vessel. No visible weapons yet, but cargo areas covered with tarpaulins. This conceals actual contents. Naval Frontline accesses intelligence briefings. Regional smuggling networks operate sophisticated logistics. They use modified commercial vessels. Engines upgraded for speed. Hulls reinforced for rough seas. Communication systems include encrypted channels. Some vessels carry countermeasures, chaff launchers or smoke generators. Advanced operations employ armed escorts. The patrol ships close to 20 nautical miles. Visual contact not yet established. Sea state moderate with 2-meter swells. Visibility good at 8 nautical miles. Dawn breaks across the operational area. Light improves tactical situation. The drone feed shows convoy details. Vessels appear to be fishing trawlers. Length approximately 20 meters each, but modifications visible on several hulls. Extra fuel tanks mounted externally. Reinforced cargo holds. One vessel shows different configuration. Larger superstructure suggests command ship. This coordinates convoy movement. Naval Frontline confirms tactical assessment. At 15 nautical miles, the patrol vessel activates loudspeakers. International Maritime Warning broadcast. Orders to heave to for inspection. Warns that failure to comply authorizes force. The convoy responds immediately, but not with compliance. 2 vessels in international waters surrounded by uncertain jurisdiction. Who has authority here? All 8 vessels increase speed. They accelerate to 22 knots. Formation tightens into defensive cluster. This confirms hostile intent. Legitimate vessels stop for inspection. Smugglers run. The chase begins officially. Naval Frontline reports pursuit phase active. The offshore patrol vessel increases to maximum speed, 28 knots sustainable. The fast attack craft sprints ahead, 40 knots achievable short term. They begin overtaking maneuver. Convoy cannot outrun patrol ships, but they buy time. Every minute brings them closer to territorial waters. Jurisdiction becomes complicated near boundaries. Some nations harbor smuggling operations, provide safe haven for price. the tactical problem intensifies. Boarding teams prepare for hostile reception. Standard procedure assumes armed resistance possible. Smuggling operations protect valuable cargo, weapons common among crews. Previous operations encountered automatic rifles, rocket-propelled grenades reported occasionally. One incident involved explosive charges. Smugglers scuttled vessel rather than surrender. Naval Frontline reviews rules of engagement. Patrol ships authorized to use necessary force, but proportional response required. Cannot simply sink smuggler vessels. Must attempt peaceful boarding first. Escalate only if fired upon. Preserve evidence for prosecution. This creates tactical constraints. The fast attack craft reaches visual range. Bridge crew confirms 8 vessels. They maintain tight formation, approximately 50 meters separation. This complicates individual intercept. Boarding one vessel exposes teams to fire from others. The patrol commander requests additional assets. 2 more patrol ships divert from sectors. Estimated arrival 45 minutes. Attack helicopter scrambles from coastal base, armed with door guns. Arrival time 30 minutes. But the convoy knows timing matters. They race toward territorial boundary. Current distance 62 nautical miles. At 22 knots they reach border in 3 hours. But patrol ships intercept within 20 minutes. The mathematics favor law enforcement. At 0447 hours the convoy splits. 5 vessels maintain original course. 3 vessels break formation. They head different direction. Classic evasion tactic. Divide pursuing forces. This forces difficult decisions. The patrol commander splits assets. Offshore patrol vessel follows 5 ship group. Fast attack craft pursues 3 vessel element. Naval Frontline tracks both intercepts. The fast attack craft closes rapidly. Range drops to 3 nautical miles. Visual identification confirms vessel types. Modified trawlers as suspected. Deck cargo visible under partial tarpaulins. Large containers secured with chains. Thermal imaging shows human heat signatures, multiple persons clustered in cargo areas. This indicates migrant trafficking likely, but weapons smuggling remains possible. Containers could hold anything. At 2 nautical miles, the warning repeats. Loudspeaker orders to stop immediately. Warns boarding action imminent. 1 vessel responds. It reduces speed, begins turning into wind. Standard heaving to procedure. The other 2 vessels continue fleeing. But what happened during the night shift changed everything. Intelligence intercept revealed coordination. The convoy received instructions from shore. Split formation was pre-planned. 1 vessel surrenders as distraction. Others continue with priority cargo. The compliant vessel contains decoy cargo, probably migrants or minor contraband. The fleeing vessels carry weapons. High-value military equipment, destined for militant group. This changes tactical priority. The fast attack craft ignores compliant vessel, continues pursuit of fleeing pair. They will handle distraction vessel later. Priority targets must not escape. Naval Frontline confirms tactical shift. The 2 fleeing vessels increase separation. They diverge by 30 degrees. Force patrol ship to choose. Both cannot be pursued simultaneously. The commander makes rapid decision. Target vessel with larger superstructure, likely command ship. Probably carries primary cargo. The fast attack craft alters course, closes on priority target. Other vessel continues escaping. This creates failure acceptance. Cannot intercept every smuggler. But stopping leadership matters most. At 1 nautical mile, boarding team deploys. Rigid hull inflatable boat launches. 6 personnel armed and equipped. Boat coxswain experienced. Team leader veteran of 40 boardings. They accelerate to intercept course. The target vessel maneuvers evasively, turns hard to port. creates wake turbulence, attempts to swamp boarding boat. The inflatable boat handles rough water easily, maintains pursuit angle, closes to 500 meters. Crew visible on target vessel deck. They move frantically, tossing objects overboard, destroying evidence clearly. This confirms cargo significance. The boarding team closes final distance. 200 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters. Team leader calls warning, prepared to fire warning shots. The smuggler vessel suddenly stops. Engines cut immediately, loses forward momentum rapidly, but crew continues destroying evidence. Papers and small items go overboard. This is standard smuggler procedure. Naval Frontline observes boarding sequence. Team secures alongside. Grappling hooks deployed. Boarding ladder extends. First team member climbs. Weapon ready. Second follows immediately. They reach deck. Crew stands with raised hands. No resistance offered. Boarding team secures all personnel. Zip ties applied. Crew moved to forward deck. Under guard. Other team members search vessel. Cargo hold opened. Tarpaulins removed. Containers inspected carefully. First container holds small arms, assault rifles and ammunition. Second contains rocket-propelled grenades, warheads and launchers. Third holds electronic equipment, communications gear, night vision devices. This is military smuggling operation, high-value weapons shipment, destined for conflict zone. Is this a warning or the start of something bigger? Naval Frontline considers implications. Weapons smuggling funds militant operations, destabilizes entire regions. This interdiction prevents hundreds of casualties, but more shipments certainly exist. This convoy represents single operation. Networks move weapons continuously. Patrol forces cannot intercept everything. The mathematics favor smugglers. They run 10 convoys, lose 2, still profit significantly. Law enforcement prevents fraction of traffic. The offshore patrol vessel intercepts its group. 5 vessels stopped successfully. Boarding teams discover mixed cargo. 3 vessels carry migrants. Approximately 200 people total. Cramped conditions. Inadequate supplies. Human trafficking charges apply. 2 vessels contain narcotics. Multiple tons of processed drugs. Street value reaches millions. This operation disrupts major network. Naval Frontline compiles operational results. 8 vessels intercepted, 7 captured successfully, 1 escaped during split maneuver. Total cargo seized. Weapons, drugs, migrants. Estimated value exceeds 50 million. Network leadership potentially identified. This represents significant success, but strategic questions remain. Attack helicopter arrives overhead, provides overwatch during processing. Additional patrol ships reach location. They assist with detained vessels. Coast Guard cutters dispatched. They will escort captures to port. Migrant rescue ships summoned. Humanitarian processing begins. The escaped vessel continues fleeing, now 60 nautical miles distant. Beyond immediate pursuit capability, it disappears into shipping lanes, blends with commercial traffic. This represents operational failure, but acceptable under circumstances. 7 of 8 vessels captured. Tactical success by any measure, but smuggling continues regardless. Naval Frontline assesses systemic challenges. International waters create jurisdiction gaps. Smugglers exploit legal boundaries. Some nations refuse cooperation, provide safe harbor knowingly. Networks possess significant resources. They replace intercepted vessels quickly. Corruption enables operations. Port officials accept bribes. Customs inspectors ignore containers. This creates persistent threat. Maritime law enforcement resource constrained. Cannot patrol entire ocean. Detection relies on intelligence, tips and informants, signal intercepts, pattern analysis. But smugglers adapt continuously, change routes frequently, modify vessel appearance. Use decoy shipments. The tactical race continues endlessly. Does this escalate next? Weapons seized prevent immediate attacks, but suppliers simply send more. Militants pay premium prices. Profit margins justify losses. The cycle continues. Regional instability depends on weapons flow. Conflict zones require constant resupply. Smuggling networks provide logistics. This interdiction disrupts timeline temporarily, but does not eliminate threat. Naval Frontline projects future operations. More convoys will attempt crossings. Detection systems improve gradually. Patrol coverage expands slowly. International cooperation increases marginally, but smuggling adapts simultaneously. Networks become more sophisticated. Vessels gain better speed. Countermeasures improve. The operational challenge persists. What does the next move look like at sea? Enhanced surveillance likely. More drones deployed. Satellite coverage expanded. Artificial intelligence analyzes patterns. But smugglers employ counter-surveillance. They avoid predictable routes, travel during weather events, blend with fishing fleets. The tactical evolution continues. Both sides adapt perpetually. Naval Frontline remains deployed. Maritime law enforcement never stops. Patrol ships continue operations. Boarding teams train constantly. Intelligence networks expand. Regional cooperation improves gradually. Each interdiction matters. Every weapons shipment stopped. Each migrant rescued. All narcotics seized. These represent tactical victories. Strategic success requires sustained pressure. Continuous operations over years. Degrading networks systematically. Prosecuting leadership effectively. This demands international effort. No single navy controls all waters. Cooperation becomes essential. Information sharing critical. Joint operations necessary. The maritime frontier requires collective defense. Naval Frontline concludes assessment. The high-speed chase ended successfully. 7 vessels captured, significant cargo seized, but 1 escaped. More convoys operate currently. The Frontline extends across international waters, where jurisdiction blurs, where smugglers exploit gaps, where patrol forces maintain pressure. This is modern maritime security, persistent operations against distributed threat. No decisive victory possible, only continuous pressure, gradual degradation of networks. This is where Naval Frontline operates. Subscribe to Naval Frontline, where fleets meet first. The pursuit never ends.